Recording. A very good morning to one and all present here, and those who are connected to us through various channels from different parts of the country. I, Mayur Verma, on the behalf of CCS National Institute of Agriculture Marketing Jaipur, welcome you all to the webinar series by National Facilitators of CCS Niam Jaipur on agriculture marketing in COVID-19 period. CCS Niam Jaipur being a premier institute established by Government of India to serve various agriculture related aspects such as training, research, consultancy and education in agriculture marketing, fulfilling its mandate by dissemination of information and knowledge in relation to agriculture marketing during tough time like COVID-19. Now, before I proceed further, I would like to request all participants to keep
रवेश एक
yourself on mute
वो नई वाली
unless
पीपीटी डाउनलोड कर लेना बाय चांस अगर नहीं
we
चले तो
have
फिर कर
kept
लेना
separate time for question
ओके
answer. Hence, request you to let the speaker present and finish. You can write your questions in the chat box also, and we will take it up with the speaker. Participants are also requested to provide their details, including name, email, phone, organization, and designation in the chat box. Providing these details is necessary for further communication. Now, I would like to introduce the eminent speaker of today's webinar, that is Dr. V.K. Jayavardhana Rao. He is principal scientist from ICAR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Bengaluru. He has 34 years of teaching, research, and extension experience. Now, I would like to invite eminent speaker, that is Dr. V.K. Jayavardhana Rao, to please start the session. Please, sir, start the session.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. My sincere thanks to the Director General NIAM and my good friend Dr. Chandrasekhar, then Director IAHR, and all my. I see two Pallavis over here. One Pallavi is she is the principal of Sindhi School, and incidentally, she is also my sister-in-law. And then I see one more Pallavi. I see Dr. Venkat Kumar, who has logged in. Okay, and then that's the whole profile. And keeping all these eye contacts with my respected hosts, who is showing around for more than 40 people have logged in. Okay, friends, I'm directly coming, and I'll be a bit fast, and you have to excuse me for this, because already many people have talked, and great men think alike and fools never differ. Nowadays, you see so many webinars happening on the same topic. So this topic, unconventional strategies for reaching customers during lockdown period. Okay, and now that's myself, and then there's a very old saying in Kannada, "Havu haribardu, kolu muribardu." That means the snake should not be let out. That means the corona should not be let out. And at the same time, we should also preserve our stick. That is our economy, our agriculture marketing channels, our farmers' livelihoods, and so on. Okay, now the session plan is like this. I'll first be telling you a brief about lockdown effects, which other speakers have also told. Then how the system was coping. Then what are the lessons learned? What are the way forward? What are the packages, especially the Atmanirbhar scheme? And then I'll conclude. So now going quickly to the lockdown effects. Goldman Sachs put it that the GDP is going to shrink about 45% in the first quarter itself. So it's a great financial loss. Now coming to the problem, yes, I stay in a place called Chikmanavara. Every day I see about 10-15 buses going away. That means the labor force is slowly becoming limited. And then I think the agricultural operations should get a boost. That is, the urban labor is migrating back. Okay, and then we are now in the mature during summer 2020, and preparatory operations for Kharif 2020 is going on. I hope this will get a boost. And then, especially from the demand side from the cities, the supply chain operations are becoming absent, and people are finding it very difficult. And then we don't have urban labor force also. But agricultural operations may get some labor there. Okay, now coming to the producer side, food supply chains are disrupted. Although there's a lot of, we are number one in mango, number one in milk, all that you know. Okay, labor intensive forms of production are also getting limited. There are supply shocks in logistics movement of food. People have to take a pass and then they have to move. And every time it is in the Seva Sindhu app or whatever, you'll have to get a pass. Okay, then a lot of quarantine measures, people are afraid, and access to input and output markets have become limited. Okay, there are a lot of blockages, disruptions, and transport routes. And there's also increased levels of food losses and waste. Okay, if they're not able to sell it. Okay, the demand is somewhat inelastic, but at the same time, the supply has been affected. See, now there's a drop in 20% post COVID-19 outbreak. prices. The export price of grapes also has fallen. Wholesale sugar prices has fallen. Poultry industry are having rumors that coronavirus may also spread through the poultry industry. That's why people are not eating much of non-vegetarian food. I see they have suddenly become very sadhus and sants, and they're eating more of the veg food. So now coming to the consumer side, okay, the prices have dropped, okay, and then most of the but the demand for vegetables and the one with longer shelf life has increased. So I'll tell you total. That means onion, potato, tomatoes. I'll be discussing with the Atmanirbhar scheme where on 17th May Dr. Modi ji has given a package. Then farm gate prices have fallen. So most of the things are fallen. Okay, now we'll quickly go. I told you decline in meat consumption because people have zoonotic fears. They feel that there was suddenly some rumors in the WhatsApp that corona requires animal fat, animal proteins to develop. So suddenly people are shifting to vegetarian food. Rise in demand for vegetarian nutrition or horticulture commodities. So people want more biological oxygen demand and then these sort of food. Then a lot of income earning opportunities are lost. So that means the livelihoods are lost. And then people are not going to the food market. They're not visiting there. Hotels and restaurants are closed. Okay. All this big basket, Amazon, etc. are rising, but still there's a ban. I don't see many commodities listed in Amazon. See, now coming with this agriculture market information system, we shared information with a few countries. They're called the AMIS countries, and you can see the vulnerability here. So we are minus 6.3% means, okay, we are better. We still have incentive to export. So whatever you are producing, you can also export. So we are not in a very much disadvantaged situation. So already the GDP we are told 140 to 150 lakh crore is lost, and daily we are losing 35 to 40,000 crore lost, and 300 working days in a year. Okay, that means the labor is lost. So we are losing about 45 to 50,000 crores, and then although there is food grain and horticulture commodities are there, they are not reaching the cities and towns, which means even though farmer income may not increase, production is recorded. So production is there, again same old, the supply chain is disrupted. Therefore, look at this. This is one of the very famous issue of the supply chain marketing channels which are broken. All the into marks are telling that this is how the disruption in the supply chain has taken place. I have also given the reference here. This is from the FAO break. So there are a lot of breaks in the supply chain. And then obviously still the exports are continuing. And this is the agriculture value chain. Okay. Now the inputs also has to move, and then the outputs also has to move. Okay. We are really, I'm just going back one minute. What happened? Yeah. Fine. Something happened. I pressed something. Okay. Processing and retailing. See, we are at the marketing stage. At this stage, we are getting affected. Okay. So now we'll go ahead. What happened? Can somebody help me? My mouse is not got stuck. Yeah. So similarly, the input supplies is affected on one side, and the output marketing channel is also affected on the other side. So this COVID has become a double barrel gun. It is shooting on both fronts. And then obviously what is required is a direct sales, which many people are trying. Okay, then people are doing food and product preservation. People are converting it into various products. And obviously this transportation is the one which we have to address. We'll be addressing a little later in the presentation. So what are the challenges we faced? Okay, the challenges are the supply chain, obviously delivery to the product to the customer. And then the value chain, okay, where a lot of things have to be processed, and then the values have to be added. And many brokers are also have, who are adding some value per se, have also lost their livelihood. Okay, so now it's all direct marketing. So now the value chain has to come into resilience. See, what I told in the beginning of the lecture is, see, today it may be COVID, tomorrow it may be Amphan, and the day after tomorrow it may be disasters, and someday it may be an earthquake. See, but our disturbances to supply and disturbances to demand in the entire food system should not take place. It should move as smooth as ever. In spite of COVID, we are taking bath and we are living our lives and all that. So the value chain has to have a resilience. This is the issue I'm telling today. And now these are the various red zones. So once when it is declared as the red zone, obviously, the fears and myths and how both the inputs cannot go inside and the output also nobody will buy from there. Especially meat and all that, people are very, very afraid. Okay, now there was a very famous quotation by Narayan Murthy. He told, lockdown will kill more people than COVID. That means when the livelihoods are not there, I see people are just very, very panicking. Even for 20 rupees and 100 rupees, people, it's virtually begging, I can say. Especially the labor class are very, very affected. So we somehow have to get back to work. See now, if you are seeing daily the paper, actually today in the month of June in the lockdown 4, the deaths are more. So actually the lockdown should have been imposed now. See, whatever said and done, these are all statistical models. I don't want to go into that. And people say in any normally distributed population, 0.2% are going to die. It's okay. So we'll not go about that. But still, our issue of the today's webinar is, I think Dr. Chandrasekhar will agree with me that we have to preserve the livelihoods on one front and also get the economy going. We cannot do without these two things. For example, there was a very famous saying by Shankaracharya. He used to say, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhajamodamate, Samprapte, Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Dukrin Karane. That means simply by statistical figures and by giving bhashans and bharkili bhashans, I don't think the livelihoods are going to be reconstructed. We have to very scientifically go into this approach, preserving livelihoods on one side and at the same time keeping the production 282 plus million tons on the other side and 320 and odd vegetable and fruit production, horticulture production on the other side. So now 70% population are still residing in the rural areas, but now the lockdown has psychologically affected the cities. It has not affected the rural areas, but the economy is going to take a hit. See now the number of people employed in agriculture is also coming down in 2015. This is the world average I'm showing. So that means not many people, because mostly when mechanization and scientific oriented production sector is going to take place, the people are definitely going to be displaced. But now the supply chain is going to affect both the consumers who are going to consume, and once when we keep the consumer demand into place, then only you can think of the economy. So economy is directly related to consumers and less to, I can say, producers. But still some producers are affected. I'll show you how. See now we are number one in mango and milk. So not only we are maintaining the production, this number one production should also be translated into the supply chain. Okay, like USA, we cannot throw the milk in the nalas and canals and all that. And obviously a lot of mangoes were also seen. People are seen in front of the flats and all that. Earlier, we used to have half farms, and in palace grounds, we used to have a huge mandi with a lot of mangoes. That is missing. And then the lockdown, the social distancing, to some extent, there's a low supply and low demand. See, low supply is because of the break in the supply chain. Low demand is because of the fear. People don't want to come. And I tried to buy some mangoes in Amazon, but Amazon basket and big basket are not yet showing those things. But still, I got some door deliveries. Then obviously, you see the agriculture contribution of the GDP in India is, we are still at about higher than the world average. Okay, we are somewhere around 15%. See here, 15.4%. But whereas if you see China and the world, it is 6.4%. So still our GDP contribution is higher. So that means still we cannot neglect this sector. And definitely we should set our supply chain and value chain into place. So 69% is rural. Rural means in 1 square kilometer, if less than 1,000 people are staying, that is rural. So still we have 69% of the population. Okay, and there is always, there is rural to urban marketing, urban to rural. Okay, normally the urban to rural marketing is all the input side. The fertilizer, seeds and all should go from the urban or the factories or the seed plots to the rural areas, and then the output marketing is predominantly rural to urban. So when both these supply chains are stuck up, so we have the problem. So now what to do? So already we told the effects, export shutdown was there, job cuts are there, supply chain delays were there. So this we have already, and then freight loading also has dipped in the Indian railways and many issues were there. So now 9 crore farmers, landless agriculture they will be receiving relief from the government. So in the Atmanirbhar, I will show in the end of the slides that lot of good packages, 20,000 lakh crores. Fantastic, good package. I'll tell you about that. So we have a lot of small and medium sectors, and without impacting how to do. So, and families and businesses are also afraid. They are keeping a stringent checks on spending and patterns. I used to visit the mall very often. I don't see anybody in the mall and no movies. And people are fearing that, the Pralaya has come. I was just discussing the Krita, Treta, and Dwapara and Kali Yuga. And I said, people told in some website I saw that 2025 should be the end of the world. So people thought it's an apocalypse and then they're very afraid. Okay, so this is about the production sector. See, now we are already good in both the food production and then the horticulture production 320 plus. Whether can you maintain the position? This is the question. Then channels are disrupted, I already told you. Then what were the coping strategies adopted by the system? What did people do? Did people simply keep quiet and started reading the Ramayana? Or of course, they were seeing a lot of Ramayana and Mahabharata serials, and suddenly Ram and Sita became very famous. So it's absolutely very fine, but they still did some coping strategies. So a lot of startups, Zapfresh, Tendercuts, all these people become very, very robust and they started supplying through their mobile apps. And you see, this is our alumni association, University of Agriculture Sciences, Bangalore, farmer to consumer sales, a new extension approach. You can see some of my old colleagues. Okay, then Feed My Bangalore. Okay, people were putting the masks and then feeding. And then, our horticulture department also we came out with a lot of advertisements and cutouts like this that please buy, it is ready for sales. And then farmers also through the WhatsApp. I think, see, most of these visuals I collected from WhatsApp. And now, I'll just have a cup of water. So they started telling, sir, this is my mobile number. Why don't you contact me? I am Mr. Nagraj. I am from Chintamani Taluk, okay, Munganalli. So like this, commodity after commodity, the home delivery, where they are available, all these locations were started sharing. You see, these are all some of the things. I don't want to go into the details. It is the PPT shared with you. So this is about Amla, this is about flowers. Okay, then Narayana CK is our BPD head, and he also told, he also started linking people from here and there. See, earlier we had a B2C sort of business to consumer, and now we are having something what is called as a B2B. That means a big business entrepreneur is going to link the small business entrepreneur. So both are fishes. One is a big size fish, the other one is a small size fish. So we are looking in the lockdown period as an unconventional strategy that B2B is also going. So these are some of the, you see the groundnut sales. And look at this. So people had a lot of turmeric. Okay, they told it's organically grown. So they said you should pick up from Sardapur Road. Okay, and then this, they started processing and you see refined turmeric powder. So that why don't you please pick up? So people have tried. Then, obviously IHR has also come out with, this during the lockdown, it also coincided with the mango harvesting season. And this is our mango harvester. You can see a small blade given at about 45 degrees. And then how, the pedicel should not be cut. Once when the pedicel cuts, okay, the maturity of the fruits are going to be affected. So this is also we did. And then we saw somebody saying, sir, I'm struggling with transport, need to bring 300 kg to Delhi. Okay, he had some archives, anthuriums and all that. Okay, then somebody gave a reference and then this particular person told this is Kiran Flowers, online sales occurred. Okay, then there was another, this is Chandrakala, she was my student. She's now, she's a soil scientist. She put it on the WhatsApp that, till September, the lockdown may be there. This is what the WHO says. And then look at this Rose Bazaar 2 Jurva sisters, okay, Yashoda and Riya Karturi, okay. They have done MBAs and they have become entrepreneurs and they are doing online sales and all that. And look at this mangoes, okay, Vikarabad, Anantapur, you can see all the figs also, okay, avocado sales, okay. And then there was also a small social branding of fresh fruits and vegetables. People said, where do you stay? So people collected all this data, whether you buy from supermarket, okay, what is your income, how much you spend on vegetables, can you make an advance, and I will give you a best deal. So many issues, they collected data, and at least 75% of the retail price should have gone to the farmers. So this is a big share, even in our earlier book, Linking Farmers with Markets, Dr. Chandrasekhar has written there that if something, if the farmer gets more than 75 paisa in the rupee, in the consumer rupee, I think it should be a very good NIAM strategy and also this webinar strategy. And then, so they collected all this information and then they also started tagging like organic, natural, pesticide free, farmer fairly paid tag. That means, if the farmer is exploited, obviously even in this coming publication, we will say that a farmer should not be exploited, although the supply chain may be very good and in a, Punjiwad or in a particular consumerist capitalism, so people should not be exploited. That's also in the Better Cotton Initiative and all we have talked in the at length. So similarly, milk also. Now FPOs were doing all these great jobs, and IHR is also a big leader in FPO. My friend Dr. Venkat Kumar, our head, and he works a lot on FPOs. We are also working on projects how we can make these FPOs more viable now, more on the marketing side. See, the production side and packing is one part, but Venkat and all our colleagues are working at IHR that we should go more into the supply and the value chain. They are doing it. Okay, then many farmers also sold that, you see, sir, my coconut is just 12 to 15 kilometers away, can you kill? So farmer kill themselves not because of loan, but not knowing how to repay it. So many people are expressing, and this is the Farmer Connect. Okay, the mangoes were packed, Mango Mela was also there. You should place water on WhatsApp and other. So B2C to B2B, I've already told you this, that how the, see now you don't see a lot of people in the road, but it doesn't mean to say that they're not eating and marketing is not happening. It is still happening and the economy is still going. Although the crores of losses have occurred, obviously the Atmanirbhar with 20,000, 20 lakh crore, I'll tell you how they have gone to rejuvenate. Okay, then this is another Shadnagar, Life is Beautiful, a mango orchard. They told that Dasheri and Rasalu. Then IHR also offers mango growers in direct marketing and value addition. Value addition means some sort of preservation, some sort of increasing shelf life. All these things IHR did offer during the lockdown period, and it was a great boon to the farmers. And then look at this. You had a lot of ash gourd. Come on, gentlemen. People were going to Varanasi to buy petas and eat it. I'm sorry, you can get it right here in Tirthali. Okay, this is our Tirthali farmer. He converted the 3 types of petas, the pink, the golden one. So some sort of post-harvest innovation to processing. See, earlier we were afraid. See, believe it or not, when I got transferred to Bangalore, and then before this COVID, a lot of people were there on the road. Okay, I stay in a place called Chikbanawara up to 8th mile. I never cooked. I never pulled out all that cooker and all the mixture which my mother had kept. But once when the COVID came, I pulled out all that and I started cooking. I now even make dosa and idli batter. I become so Atmanirbhar. I become so self-reliant. So I should thank all this. So this is how innovations took place. And black rice, Gorakhpur, so our Kovilpatti Karalai Mithai, from where our Venkat Kumarji comes. So all these things also people started marketing in a very robust way. Flowers I've already told you. And then look at this. Now earlier we told farm to fork we have in NIP. Okay, then lab to land in the earlier thing. Now people are going to the plots. Now people want these inputs. They want this produce. So they went to the plots. They have already digitized the farmers and they have done. Then even similarly with this online and direct marketing, people have got profits. Then Haveri Alfonso, you see how people are given mobile numbers, book it and you will get this crate in your mount. And Totapuri, we told you, Alfonso Mango. So continue direct sales system. So this is P2C. Of course, I don't know, even in the Kotler book, I have not seen this model, that P2C, producer to consumer. See now, earlier you had B2C, C2C, G2C and all that. But look at this P2C. I think Kotler will take a relook and write it in his book. Okay, producer to consumer sort of things also occurred. Okay, then afterward, direct sale. Okay, then people from the IIMs and all. Okay, Malavika Harita, she gave a lot of webinars, and with collaboration with Niti Aayog, many issues came. Some of the lessons we learned. See, this was a great lesson, although I don't know how appropriate it is here. People were panicking for alcohol. Look at this queue here. So don't think this only for alcohol. It's also true for our fruits and vegetables. But fruits and vegetables, the lockdown had not affected, and there was a supply chain in place. But since for this particular commodity, there was no supply chain in place, people had to panic. I think, that means the demand is still elastic. I mean, the elasticity is there. That means, if you put a lot of push on the lockdown, people will panic. Say there are people who purchase more than 5 crores of alcohol per day, a single person, many things like that. So this was the thing. I'm not telling much. Then obviously there was another lesson which we learned in this COVID period is, see, even in our institute, Dr. Tippeswamy is working on whether you want to use Google, you want to use Microsoft Team. And I am incidentally in one of the nodal officers in AKMU. Yeah, Mele, Patamaki. So now people, see, now this webinar should come out and simply suggest which is the most user-friendly product which can use the video platforms and connect people through webinars or whatever. And I think after this webinar is over, myself and Dr. Chandrasekhar will sit. And then we'll finalize some of these things. ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ there are some people, right? Next, so this is about all medicine, whether COVID will be there and it will affect people. ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ some visitors. Okay. So now, see, our Telangana is more innovative. Earlier, Dr. Praveen Rao, the Vice Chancellor of PGTH, so already Telangana is implementing this crop zoning, crop colony, crop planning. So when you do these things and digitize the entire farmers, see, obviously, glut situation should not come. See, supply chains and value chains will be there in force. Obviously, that's one of these NIAM objectives. But at the same time, whether people are following crop zoning, crop colony, crop planning, and this should be extensified as an extension methodology so that people will have diversification and everybody will not grow tomato and potatoes. Okay, I think this is the lesson here. So what are the way forward? People were asking. So then, see, now that the COVID is there, see, one consequence, when we were MSc students, our professors used to say, what is the consequence of a technology? So there used to be one Professor Sidramaya at that time. Then he used to say, see, when the Iron Age came and the Stone Age, when the people transited themselves from the Stone Age to the Iron Age, even small chotus were having a steel axe. And in the Stone Age, who were glorified? They are all very mighty, Herculean people were glorified. So similarly, now that the COVID has come, earlier the brokers and middlemen were glorified. So now it is a very good opportunity that they will not be glorified. And more FiberNet, Zoom, Amazon Prime, WebEx, MS Team, Hangout, the marketing will take place through this. And obviously, CCS NIAM will also, after the webinar, will come out with a series of such programs to bring hortipreneurs and all the agripreneurs together, so that slowly, indirectly, the middlemen will be automatically avoided, because people are afraid to go out and do the marketing. They don't want to sit in a mandi and then, a typical APMC yard, and then all the vegetables are put there and he is waiting for hours. So that will not be there. This is what lies ahead of the Indian consumers and the process. So now the industry can buy land directly from the farmers. So that means you'll have more number of aggregators coming into the picture. So where the B2B will be there. So the first B is a very big B and the other B is a small B. So you'll have a bunch of such agripreneurs, entrepreneurs who are going to play. And then, there's another farmer's family approach. I think it's a very well-known statement in agriculture extension. So subscribe your farm plots. So earlier, Mahindra used to say, book your holiday resort. You pay this much and every year you will get accommodation free. So similarly with farmers, you can also subscribe your farm plot. You say that 1 acre, you put it in my family's name, and whatever produce comes out of that 1 acre, in terms of both produce, product and money, okay, that much of vegetables and all the outputs you supply. This is another concept which is coming. Then, Bharat Market in the Confederation of All India Traders has come out with a very beautiful thing. They have digitized 70 million offline traders. So now, I think our elder brother NIAM will take clue from this, and there will be a full-fledged project to digitize all the traders across north, east, west, south. So, and then, through that, how to manage this digitized traders and like NCDX and an e-platform. So that's going to come, and then obviously the Atmanirbhar package I'll be discussing. It just came 1 minute. So the package came after the webinar started. You see this package, actually our 13th to 17th, the package has been done, but our webinar is much more thoughtful and It has started way back in 30th of April itself. So thanks to Niyam and team. And then, so I have downloaded all these things. I'll be giving it to Chandrasekhar Saab so that he will share this with all the people. And then look at this. Okay, 20 lakh 97,000, this many crore rupees. Okay, then I'll tell you what is in suit for us. Look at this, 1 lakh crore agri infrastructure from farm gate infrastructure for farmers. See, this is nothing but the extension of the cold chain and the value chain. See, you know, even in the Gramin Bhandaran Yojana, see, we have 10,000 square feet of the Gramin Bhandaran, and which is run by the women self-help groups on an FPO concept, and so that, you know, both inputs and outputs are going to be preserved there and kept there and marketed there. So this is one package. And then you will look at this happy lady here. Okay, micro food enterprises. Okay, Korbale, chickpeas, Unde, whatever it is, on a cluster-based approach. So this is also going to get a very big boost. Already money is pumped in. You can see the happy lady here. So when money comes, you know, when they are empowered, they get this happiness like this. Okay, and then even in the fishermen, you know, Matsya Sampada Yojana, Sampada is nothing but resources, money is pumped in. So how, you know, some minimum cold storage, minimum handling of fishes and little processing also can be done through this. Then National Animal Disease Control Program, obviously this is also in place. And then, you know, but still that taboo is there. I don't know how it will go. The money is pumped. And then, okay, Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. So you should have more and more, you know, upgrading of the local breeds. Already, you know, we have got both the dairy industry, the cow and the buffalo, and obviously the white revolution hero is the buffalo. It's our own Murrah buffalo, the Mehsana person, and the Neeli Surti, Rave. These are all our buffaloes. So animal husbandry also has got a boost. Promotion of herbal cultivation. We are going to the medicinal plants. But 10 lakh hectares will be covered. Okay, and it will also bring 800 hectare area by developing a corridor of medicinal plants on the banks of Ganga. So, you know, this is where all our Patanjalis and all will come into picture. And Atmanirbhar, self-reliant medicines. Okay, we need not depend on others. Okay. Then beekeeping is also an initiative where, you know, during the lockdown, people can also do this. It will help pollination, and then also you get honey out of it. And I recently read, you know, nowadays if honey, you go to Reliance or you go to anywhere, and even online they are offering Mangalore stores and all that. Buy one, get one free. If I pay 380 rupees, I get 2 kgs of honey. So I stopped using sugar. So directly I pour honey and I'm drinking with Nimbu and milk. So now look at this top to total. Okay. This Operation Greens was extended to tomatoes, onion and potatoes, which is called top. And now to all fruits and vegetables called total. So that means, see, the basic thing is you should get fruits and vegetables at your doorstep, and then there should be a subsidy on storage, and we should have better price realization. See, look at this lady, she's laughing. So I don't think she's simply laughing because of the photo shoot. See, because when money comes, you know, when she gets more money, this lady laughs. So that's like that. And then governance and administrative reforms. So a lot of, you know, a glut situation will occur. That's what this photograph is saying, and we will see how to do it. Then Essential Commodities Act also will be amended, and recently Karnataka also amended the APMC Act. I think you are well aware. And since that is not the scope of my discussion today, and how this is, see, ultimately when you do an amendment, it is all to help both the supply chain, the value chain, and better realization of price from the farmers. See, after all, that is in the forefront. So, okay, adequate. See, farmers did not have more choices. See, even I have also been seeing the ENAM, and my friend Dr. Gajanan also speaks about ENAM and all that. See, I heard, because I'm an extension guy, I heard somewhere that, you know, if you pay 2.5 lakhs, you can register in one APMC. But the ENAM philosophy says with 2.5 lakhs, you can get a registration throughout all the APMCs in the country. And that is still yet to take place. And I don't know, it will come. And then there will be a free flow and there won't be hindrances. Okay, and then the interstate trade will take place. And all these things should take place. Okay. Agriculture produce price and quality assurance. So you cannot give rotten peanuts and rotten brinjals and all that. So risk mitigation also. So it is. Then now you see so many things every day. Now there is a 1 minute. My mouse got stuck up. Yeah. See, lot of social media integration is taking place. Wait a minute. I'll get one. I have one more mouse here. Yeah. That's why, see, now I am also like this COVID, like a contingency plan. I have kept two mouses. If one fails, the other will work. So I have also kept my mobile also in operation. So if the computer network fails, I will do it on the mobile. So somehow it should work. So social media integration has taken place. And look at this opportunities galore after the COVID. The Karnataka state, somebody's, hello? ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು? ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ನಾನು ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Okay. So now there are the opportunities galore. Okay, Karnataka State Small Industry Development Corporation told that they are going to allot sheds, flats, plots, godowns. So I hope more entrepreneurs will take care of this. And then come on, America too. Trump told that he will buy agriculture goods from farmers. Okay, even with all WTO and all that, see, suddenly we find America is our friend now. So, during the socialist regime of Nehru and that, Russia was our friend. So my economists will vouch. So we have help from all quarters. Oh, come on, this is the fantastic thing where earlier our DGs have worked. Managers come out, in the Raftar, okay, rapid regeneration of agriculture and allied sectors. So where more marketing focus is given in the RKVY. Okay, now managers come out with this agripreneurship orientation program. So they are going to give, and there was 20th May was last date. I hope many people would have applied. Agri startups, come on. Raftar means the Teji se bhago, Teji se daudo. So of course Raftar has an acronym, but yahan Raftar is that देखो भाई agri startups कितनी तेजी से रफ्तार से दौड़ रहे हैं. तो इसका लाभ उठाइए. And then look at this, train in unconventional areas. See, why I showed this dog is, see, now dogs are trained to depict COVID, to detect COVID. Similarly, why can't we train our FPOs and SIG, WIG, FIG? Okay, commodity interest group, women interest group, farmer interest group, to also take this, disaster period marketing strategies. I think a new program will be designed by NIAM. They will say that during disaster, what are the strategies? How SIG, WIG, FIG will take new things. So we should also train. That is the reason I put this slide. To train people in unconventional areas. Okay, and then we also had a phone-in program. Our director, Dr. Dinesh, also had done it on 30th in the evening. And then you see the BC Patil sir. Okay, he is our agriculture minister from Karnataka. He was also a cinema star. Okay, he used to act with Jayanti and all that. I have seen. So he is also doing phone-in. And then assistance money is reaching all the old people. And then our CM also is doing the phone-in and video in programs. And then now, just like the Safal model, the milk parlor is converted to vegetable market from other market. So multi-purpose parlors. So why only one? Like we have the multi-purpose extension worker, here is a multi-purpose value chain shop. Okay. Then people wanted a lot of watermelons. They came to the plot itself. Okay, I told you C2P model. C2 means consumers to producer. So obviously, even this model is not there in Philip Kotler book, who is supposed to be called the father of marketing studies and all that. So I will request Philip Kotler and Keller to use the C2P model. Okay. Then the webinar is also an awareness program initiated by our DG Saab and all the people. A very right direction, even before Atmanirbhar is given. Fantastic. So look at this, already big basket came, and then dry tomato. People also use technologies. Then people started packing vegetables and what you require, salad essentials, fresh green, only fresh, like that. They have different package. It's a combo offer. This is also an unconventional thing came. Combo offer means buy one pizza, you will get a Coke free. Okay, buy two pizzas, you will get the whole shop free. So like that, like that, people came out with these models. So now somebody said, give me money now, sir. Get honey later. Okay, this is some Adivasis, 200 Adivasis in Nilgiris. They have got 5,000 jars of pure honey. So why don't you all shift to honey eating like me? I put it in milk, I put it in lemon, I put it in, what is that, muskmelon juice. I almost put honey in everything. So I have become Dr. Honey Rao. Okay, it's like that. Okay, now this is the technology for vending, and this is a product of IHR. So where, there's a high-tech vans designed by AHR to keep vegetables fresh for 2 days with the help of evaporating cooling technology, not much of power required. So this can go into every flat, and for each flat you can have a van. So we can customize it. It's a solar powered vegetable vending van, very handy. Okay, then obviously crop advisory, what things you should take place, because people cannot move to the taluk to buy fertilizers and seeds and so on. Then the demand falls, innovation rises. Okay, unconventional supply chains. So suppose if if Abhishek Sharma is my friend and he has got a lot of customers with him, so I log into his WhatsApp and I supply something to him. So earlier people used to do these unconventional supply chains in Hawala transaction. I will give you 10,000 rupees here and you collect 10,000 rupees from my uncle in Nigeria. That's a very unconventional chain, and people have used it here also in the lockdown period. Very fantastic. So now, these things, antu into annadaatanigu bantu kala. That means farmer is respected, middleman is sidelined. Please, if somebody is middleman, don't mistake me. I am not against middlemen. But I thought that before lockdown, too many middlemen were there. They were already, the entire APMC was filled with those fellows. Yeah, you go to any vegetable mandi, they were filled. But because of this lockdown, the farmer is respected, and obviously because the broker may have more money, he won't risk his life. But our farmer was risking his life even from times immemorial. By Loki Gale mein Jab Gunguru Jeevan ka raag sunate. Okay, so now FPO to the rescue. Obviously, I told you how Dr. Venkat and others, they work on FPOs, and many things were also documented. Okay, now the FPOs gave an offer. In Kannada it is there. Raita Utpadakara Samsthayinda Kadime Belige Tarkari. That means the FPOs came with a combo offer. You buy from FPO, I will reduce the rate. You buy from middleman, that is your wish. So they dried flowers also, which was, see, there were a lot of flowers which were unsold. So what our farmers did is, okay, they dried the flowers and sold it to this agarbatti and scent industries. We have Udbatti Road. Near Cottonpet, if you go after Majestic, if you enter the small lane. So we used to call by nickname. After the Chantala Silks, you should go into that road. That is called Agarbatti Road. We make Agartha, we supplied it to them. So how to drive the economy? Already your DA has been frozen. Banking sector is giving credit. Okay, and then even through this webinar, people have taken things. So whatever said and done, gentlemen, whether it is COVID, Amphin or anything, we should survive. I hope the time is not getting up, and I have under 6 minutes to go as per my watch. I'll finish it. So now Atmanirbhar package. So I think people are well aware. Then online network. Andhra Greens has come out with the online network. Okay, and then wait a minute. Atmanirbhar already discussed. Yeah. So we are almost very close. I have 6 minutes, sir. Abhishek. 11:54 by my watch. I have 6 more minutes. So online network to help farmers market produce. So obviously NIAM also will be coming after this webinar. Simply how to digitize all our traders and farmers. That itself is a project and a training program. I think we should catch on this super training opportunity from both our IHR and NIAM side, and we should conduct a series of programs. So Andhra Greens has already done. I'm showing you. So let me conclude, gentlemen. I have under 5 minutes to go. So obviously virtual supply and virtual value chains have come into the picture. We need to train more and more people to link to Zoom, WebEx and social media. Okay, NIAM is to create producer aggregator, transporter database, and link to customer aggregates, flats, hostels, institutions. A marathon mammoth work is going to be done. Then encourage reverse migration. Okay, that means obviously people have now gone lot to the villages, and you find more skilled labor in the villages. Earlier they were all unskilled, only laborers. Now with more skilled labor, I think we can start our supply chains right away in the villages. Encourage local supply chains through e-platforms, aggregate, connect, compete and collaborate. So discover customer management services and build efficiencies. So now I see a mushrooming of small entrepreneurs who will take up this mobile van of IHR and then start marketing. Avoiding public conglomerations. No more hangama, no more melas, no more big kiddie parties, and then going to the Vaishnavi mall and then people just dancing in the platform is not going to be there. And malls and reducing infections. So develop local e-savvy entrepreneurs. See, if somebody does not know how to use an internet or Zoom or whatever it is, I think they should be thrown out of the system. They should be specialized in virtual supply and value chains. So NIAM should run a certificate course on of such entrepreneurs. Lastly, friends, synchronize, collaborate, connect, and network both our national facilitators, entrepreneurs, and make agri-marketing a simple, smooth affair. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We take off from here, and that's the end of the lecture of Dr. V.K. Jayaraghavendra, Principal Scientist, IHR. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for valuable talk and entire presentation. Now I request the participants to please raise your questions. Participants, please
Very good
raise
afternoon,
your questions. Yes, please.
Very good afternoon, sir. I'm Aditya from Bihar Agriculture University. Sir, looking over the scenario of Bihar, we are lacking in cooperative movement. This is being lacked. So, sir, is there any strategy so that we can remove this kind of problem in my state, sir?
Don't think this inertia, we say inertia in physics. Okay, a body remains in a state of rest or in motion until and unless an external force is acted upon it. This is what my dad used to teach me, the inertia formula. See, now the inertia has to be broken. See, who breaks the inertia? I don't know. Maybe NIAM will break. Okay, our Chandrasekhar has already broken many inertias. Similarly, I don't know whether the minister breaks the inertia. The inertia has to be broken. And since you are from Bihar, you can take a lead. And then obviously NIAM will support you how to break those inertias and establish a new supply chain. I already showed in the slide number 5 that how the breakages had occurred in various supply chains. You should work out on that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir.
Oh, Krishnan sir, namaste sir. Yeah. Tell me, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, I am able to hear you, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Oh, yeah. Sir is here. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
sir, this is B.S. Reddy, sir.
B.S. Reddy, pose your question.
Sir, you told me that the agriculture is still dominated in India and it is contributing around 20% to the GDP compared to China and other things.
15.54%. 15.4%, to be very precise.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Do you mean if agriculture improvement is there, it will take care of the economy?
No. See, that GDP contribution is different, and here we are talking about supply chain and value chain and how we should make an online database and how our DJ and NIAM will work out on this, and we will come out with a new strategy, sir. That has got nothing to do with this.
Okay. Sir,
Thank you,
another
sir.
question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Another question. You said you are become Honey Rao, right, sir?
My name is...
Honey everywhere.
Yeah.
Sir, who used honey everywhere, then there will be a problem of ants, sir.
No. Don't say like that. See, just because people produce honey, it is not that you will take bath in honey. Come on. It is only just on the just on a exaggeration side, but a lot of people have produced honey and they are not able to market. So we are paying cash in advance and buying it. Buy one, get one free. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions from participants? Participants can also write the question in chat box.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हेलो सुन पा रहे हैं सर?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, sir.
मैं रूपेंद्र जैन डिस्ट्रिक्ट ललितपुर यूपी से मेरा
It is not audible. Little bit louder, please. Little bit louder, please. It is not audible.
You are not audible.
हेलो
Kanji, you are not audible.
Yeah. Now please continue.
Yes.
आ रहे हैं सर?
Yes. Please put your mic near you.
Rupendra Jain, please continue. Listening.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yes. Any more questions from participants?
Dr. M. Krishnan had a question and Suddenly it was muted, sir.
Yes, sir. One question in chat box.
Dr. VKJ,
Yes, sir.
it was a very, I'm sorry, I joined only a little late. So
Yeah.
whatever I heard, it was very illuminating, a very well expounded lecture. I'm sure that your lecture will be of great benefit to the youngsters who have been listening to you for the last 1 hour. So
Okay, sir.
it was a great pleasure to hear you once again.
Okay, sir, with all your blessings, sir.
Thank you.
One question in chat
Yeah,
box.
yes, sir. Yeah.
What is the innovative strategy for shrimp exporters as international exports has been decreased?
See, I think Dr. Ganesh Kumar already covered this during his presentation. This already there is a cold storage and a little value processing in this particular place. That should be strengthened. That is already given in the Atmanirbhar program. I have already discussed some packages given in the Atmanirbhar program, sir. That should continue. And actually, when we write this book, myself and Dr. Chandrasekhar will sit and edit. And then I had also requested Dr. Chandrasekhar to give me 5 minutes, and I'm going to discuss about the write-up plan and how people will submit the articles. Because from tomorrow onwards, he has given me the assignment, and I have to start editing, sir.
Dr. VKJ,
Yes, sir.
I can just supplement to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the shrimp exports, actually now the International Chamber of Commerce, Indian Chamber of Commerce and the FICCI, that is Indian Chamber of Commerce, they have come out with a very good report where they have suggested several ways and means to increase our exports, seafood exports. And if you see the data which has been coming for the last 4 months, the exports have actually been rising. I mean, much to the happiness of the exporters. Instead of the kind of data which should be showing the falling exports, it is actually showing a good rise. So actually, and the infrastructure which has been suggested to be created will go further to boost the exports.
Fantastic, sir. I think this will supplement the answer to that person. See, sir, one thing I noticed during the entire 23 presentations, see, the business is happening. The supply chain is in place. The production is in place. See, but only thing is, I feel even people were not losing much money, but the economy lost it. And somebody else lost it. For example, the middleman must have lost a lot of money because there was no business. But people who did direct marketing have got money. But of course, there are some demand and supply issues. We will discuss that.
Thank you, sir. Any question from participants? Yes, please.
Good morning.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for such an human initiative and informative session. My question is, as per the ongoing pandemic session, there is a too much of benefit for all the virtual marketing going on from farmers produce. So my question is, on your opinion side, what are the profits that gonna be in future too if lockdown gonna extend for virtual marketing?
No, okay, I think it is a very good question, ma'am. Suniye meri baat. I think the other day when I keep talking to our Chandrasekhar sir, DJ, the same issue is coming. See, whether you promote due to lockdown or you promote it due to fun or you promote it somehow, this virtual marketing is the reality of the future. See, even if there is no COVID also, we should do this. Slowly what is going to happen is, don't tell all these middlemen and brokers. They are going to be eliminated. Don't tell my name, please. They may attack me because I still have to live for many years. See, obviously, as a disaster management strategy, as a contingency approach, as a contingency strategy, the brokerless, the middleman-less virtual marketing strategies and supply chains are going to be in place. It is a real, and NIAM manage or IHR should work on these lines to have more and more of the virtual platforms. See, I told you the green.com, they have already digitized 70 million traders. So see, if you get the entire database, see how is your MasterCard and Visa card working? Is there any person? I have not seen the Citibank person, but I am the customer of Citibank from the past 30 years. I got so much of money and so much. See, everything is rule-based online and MasterCard, Visa card. Approval comes in seconds. OTP is generated. Similarly, it's going to occur here also. See, even in our NCDX, a lot of tour is there in let us say in Gulbarga district. See, and only the trading happens on the virtual platform. At the time of, once when the purchase or the purchase is finalized, and once when the vouchers are given online, then only the produce lifting will take place. So here what was happening before COVID, all our farmers used to go and line up in the mandis. They will take some temporary accommodation, and middleman will come and exploit. See, all those games we also played during the National Facilitator Program. See, eliminated. They will get eliminated slowly.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, Manish.
One more box. As we know that people in India don't consume much of value-added products compared to other countries, but they mainly like to consume natural products. What is your opinion, point of view about this?
Sir, yeah, this is also a good question. Sir, see, if you don't consume value-added products, obviously the post-harvest technology, the processing will not be there so much. But definitely we should work out on the handling part of it. And definitely when unconventional supply chains and value chains are established, people are supplying fresh vegetables in our flats. See, I told you combo offer. In the combo offer, you will give me 5 kg bag, which will give 1 kg brinjal, okay, 2 kg onion, 1 kg potato, like that, that total, that tomato, onion, and all the vegetables, like that are packing and selling, and it is coming to my doorstep. The only thing is, this is virtual. You need not go to the city market mandi and get a COVID infection. Only to avoid it, and this is going to be the future also. People will stop eating less outside. They will eat at home and they'll get everything. Even now, many of the hotels and restaurants are not open. It's all supplied virtually like this.
Thank you, sir. Any more question from participants?
Yes, sir. Good noon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Sir, my question is related to MSP. So farmer never get the price above the minimum support price. Why don't we call it maximum support price instead of minimum? Because lot of the time, never farmer even got less than the minimum support price, the price of vegetables.
Madam, see, actually, you have touched some other point, but still it's that playing the string is what it is in some other notation. I still play it. See, the MSP, see, I'll give an example. For example, maize, the MSP was fixed at some 1,400 rupees. Okay, and then the farmer was expecting 1,600. A very typical in an APMC yard, what happens? So, and obviously that person kept the maize for 6 months, thinking he will get 1,600. Okay, above the MSP. Finally, after that, he was also given that 75% purchase. He had given that thing, and he realized money in the bank. After waiting for 6 months, okay, he did not get MSP. Finally, he kept it for under 3 months, and finally he sold it for 1,200, which is less than MSP. See, MSP is not a guarantee and a rule. It is a benchmark. You cannot withdraw from the forces of demand and supply, which my economics friends will always be talking. See, these are all demand and supply side. See, that is why we have the Atmanirbhar package, we have the subsidy package, we have the dole package, we have the Jan Dhan account Yojana package. Okay, will put directly to benefit transfer. We are doing all that. So don't touch that MSP, which is a very, it is an electric car. You may get a shock. Okay.
Thank you, sir. One question in chat box. What should be the career planning for the agricultural graduates and researchers in agriculture, considering COVID-19 effect for long term?
Fantastic question. You should have been the dean of the PG studies at some agri university. It's a good move. Thank you. You will do it. See, now the course curriculum, I think Dr. Chandrasekhar DJ also is thinking on these lines. The new course structure should start about local startups, local entrepreneurs. Okay? And I already told you P2C. I gave you some models in my slide. P2C business model, producer to consumer. These set of entrepreneurs should come. It is not from urban to rural. It should be rural to urban. Okay, P2C. And and then online registration, 70 million traders. So how this should be a total course in agriculture marketing or agriculture economics and it can also be offered in extension division. It doesn't matter if my economics friend are agree with me. So this particular course is required, sir. How to make an online registration of the traders and all the consumers, and on the click of a button, it should get an approval to the OTP like your MasterCard and Visa card. Thank you, sir. That should be the course curriculum. A 2+2 or 2+3 course. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions from participants?
Sir, I am from Odisha. Sir, in Odisha, more than 5 lakhs migrant laborers have already arrived. So, how to cope this situation? Because in near future, they are not ready to go.
Correct. Yes. Oh, it is Mishra Sahab. Acha, you were with me in SREP. I remember you. That was in 2003. Okay. It is not only to Mishra ji, to entire people who are in the webinar. Sir, one issue is very straight. Earlier, all these people had migrated to cities. Therefore, your value chain was starting somewhere in the peri-urban area. Now that these people are back in your village, the supply chain and value chain will start from the village. It will be a rural to urban marketing strategy, and definitely they need not to stay in the cities, paying very huge rents and spreading the infection. The supply chain can start right from the farm itself, and many such already in our Neon, Dr. Chandrasekhar, and our book, linking farmers with markets. It has adequately addressed these things, and it is going to take a new boost. The supply chain will start right from the farm. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. VKJ?
Yes, sir. Ravichandran, sir. Namaste, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
I am fine, and I am absolutely fine. Tell me, sir.
Yeah, what are the unconventional strategies? I don't know what are the see, Zoom is a conventional or unconventional now? Telephone is a conventional or unconventional?
One minute. See, 1 minute, sir. See, Zoom has got a paid version and an unpaid version. Okay, sir? See, if you are allowing me to use a free version, it is unconventional. If you ask me to purchase the software, it is very conventional, sir. I don't have the money to do it. I think all my non friends will vouch for this. See, I think Nan would have purchased the very priced version. I don't have to purchase. So, yeah, unconventional means people should not have any hiccups in using the particular software or supply chain in place. Yes, sir.
No, but this is software also, unless you buy, you will not be able to get any of the software now. Where are you getting free software?
No, I don't know. See, this Google Hangout and MS Team, it is coming by default. And IHR was asked to this one, and our AKMU people are already testing this, which is more robust and which is more user friendly and so on and so forth.
For Microsoft Teams also, you need to pay, you need to buy and pay their license. Get the license. You won't get it just like that.
Yeah, anyway, see, tomorrow when we put all these FPO SIG into place, I think this will be an initial cost which somebody will give them the softwares free, subsidize and give it to them. They'll purchase and give.
No, I don't think so. Unless you pay for it, every year you need to renew the license.
Yeah, I think that will be also be included in one of these operational costs. And then, we have to set this virtual ball rolling, sir. This is the reality. See, the brokers will not come, and definitely there won't be any phone calls in future. It is all through this. See, now you heard a Bhartili seminar from me for 1 hour. And then I hope this has given the same effect as if I was talking in person. Is it like that, sir?
No. There is actually, I don't know that there was a webinar on about the future of education. 2050, what will happen 2030? I was listening to one Harvard Business School video. What they were telling that there will be lots of difference between face-to-face interaction and virtual interaction. Now what we are doing is we are unable to see each other. Maybe that I am able to see you, but what about the other students, other participants? We can't see them now.
Yeah.
See.
But one thing, sir, see, now let us take our banking transactions, sir. Earlier, we were going physically to bank. Now, don't you think that the banking volume business has increased tremendously, sir?
Yeah, it is increased.
No. See, the volume of business will increase. I'm able to see Professor Pallavi there. Okay, she's also my sister-in-law, the head of the Sindhi College. She's the principal of Sindhi College. Shall I answer Pallavi ji? Yeah, Pallavi, why don't you pose your question? Pallavi, I am seeing you. Yeah, put on to Pallavi ji. This was a chance to see her also. Because I couldn't meet her in Bangalore last time. And thanks to Dr. Chandrasekhar, he put all of us together.
Yeah.
But there's a heavier task in the evening. When all the articles come, our mind is going to be blown off.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah.
yes, Reddy, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, give us another 2 days to submit the article, sir.
No, मैं डीजी साहब से आग्रह करूंगा कि if he gives me 2 minutes, I will explain what is the format I require. And we require
If there are no questions further, Dr. Rao can take 2 minutes to explain to our national facilitators, what is our plan.
Okay. Now, dear facilitators and all the webinar contributors, I hope are you listening to me, sir?
Yes.
Sir, look here. See, routine, mundane things, if you click Atmanirbhar program, you will get a ton of data. We don't want the ton of data, sir. See, even now we have been receiving various requisitions for writing articles, that during a contingency plan, during a disaster management time, during a crisis time, how these things should be reoriented. It is something like that, see, for example, I'll give an example. I had a Philips hair trimmer at my house, but I had the taboo that I should not, do my haircut at home for definite taboo reasons and all that. But now that the COVID came, this small hair trimmer has become my trimmer daily. I'm doing it daily now. So this is an unconventional approach. How a technology which was predominantly to be used in a salon is now used at home. So like that, sir. See, you may have got, for example, I gave an example yesterday in WhatsApp that Ashok Kumar presentation, Dr. Ashok Kumar, webinar 21. See, he may speak 1 ton data about government schemes. Okay, ICDS, okay, intensive cattle development scheme. He may speak. But during COVID period, how it performed and whether the scheme is good or not and what modifications can take place. This is what Ashok Kumar has to write. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I think we can continue our discussion in our.
Sir, my question is.
Yes, please,
my question is, give us 2 days time, sir. Another 2 days.
Yeah, I think
I'm not the person to give time. The Honorable DG is sitting there and you please request it to him.
Anyway, no, 2 days should not be a problem. You can take, but the only thing we want a evaluated article so that we can take it further. So I think it is the time to conclude. Mayur?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Okay, participants, if any more question, you can contact directly to our speaker either through mail or contact number. Okay, so this is the last webinar of our webinar series organized by CCS Niam Jaipur and NFTP. Now, I would like to invite Dr. P. Chandrasekhara, the Director General of CCS Niam Jaipur, for some concluding remarks and to say a few words. Please, sir.
Yeah. Namaskar to everyone. I would like to thank Dr. J. Raghavendra. He is today in his best form. As usual, very interesting, informative, and very attractive presentation. I thoroughly enjoyed without missing even a single minute. I think it is the same case with many other national facilitator and our other colleagues who are present there. I would like to thank him profusely on behalf of National Institute of Agriculture Marketing for giving this wonderful presentation. Of course, he gave 360-degree view of several issues emerging during COVID period. How the milk powders are converted into selling points for fruits, how the watermelon is directly sold by the farmers to the consumers, how aluminium associations are coming into picture, how cooperatives are playing, how Krishi Vigyan Kendra is selling agriculture produce. See, these are all the changing roles of different institutions and individuals, which happened only in the COVID period. Now, the very important thing he highlighted, see, COVID is not going to stay forever. One day COVID will evaporate, but this innovation should not evaporate. We have to institutionalize these innovations, and that gives a permanent solutions to the agriculture marketing problems in this country. So, in fact, it is very important to remember today's date, 23rd May, exactly 1 month before, 23rd April. We had an informal discussion with the national facilitators of NIAM, and we were just thinking, agriculture should not stop, agriculture should not wait. So what to do? So then we started, the series of webinars. We had only 1 week time, and very instantly we got response from all the national facilitators who are working in reputed organizations in different part of the country. Some are in ICR organizations, some are working for KVK, some are in agriculture marketing boards, some are in state agriculture universities, and some are in different organizations, national institutes. So all the people voluntarily they came forward to share their knowledge, experiences, and innovations during this COVID period, so that like agriculture, even professionals will not wait. We kept up our spirit all through this lockdown period, and kept on exchanging views. As a result, today we are completing 1 month. Dr. Jay Raghavendra told, I will give the last presentation. So, for your disappointment, yours is not the last presentation. This series, many more people, they are lined up, and up to 5th June, our webinar will continue, and many more people are in line.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So, as on today, I think I must, compliment personally to all my professional colleagues, national facilitators of CCS NIAM for taking this initiative and contributing your valuable time. As on today, we completed 36 webinars, motivated by the success of 36 webinars, which covered more than 1,600 different stakeholders who took part in webinars representing different organizations from different parts of the country. They got benefited out of these webinars, and motivated by the success of the webinars, we also introduced online training programs, and incidentally we completed 4 online training programs on different dimensions of agriculture marketing. So another interesting thing is, today we are talking about self-reliant India. We have not spent even a single pipe for organizing 36 webinars. It is only due to the time contributed by national facilitators during our lockdown period, and we gave real operational definition for self-reliant India by successfully implementing these 36 webinars. So fine, what will happen next is very important. Of course, webinars will continue, but I request all my colleagues to consolidate your ideas, especially after the during part of the webinar, you came across many discussion points, and bring those discussion points into our article and share that article with us. It will go a minor editorial change, and afterwards book will be published. Now, what is the purpose of this book? This will go to our website, this will go to our all IT platforms, and also as a policy brief to Government of India and different state governments. What is the purpose of this publication? This difficult time of COVID gave rise to several innovations. How to institutionalize these innovations for the betterment of the farmers. We never, our Alumni Association came forward for direct marketing. And why can't we institutionalize this? Because our Alumni Association is not active all 365 days. This gives an opportunity to give back something to our own farming community and to keep ourselves very active. Like that, it is an opportunity for every individual, every retired professional, every institutions involved in agriculture development for the benefit of farmers. These consolidated ideas will be circulated to all the people. That is the responsibility of our editorial board. Dr. J. Raghavendra Rao, he has committed in this public platform. He will complete the book at earliest and share with the country, for the benefit of all the organizations and the government officials. So we will place all the presentations, all the 36 presentations in our YouTube channel for the benefit of the people. If somebody missed, you want to go back, you want to listen to the people, you can visit the NIAM YouTube channel. Your presentations are there. The very next day of the presentation, you can find all these presentations. So of course, today's presentation, you saw Dr. J. Raghavendra Rao. He is not only agriculture extensionist, he breathed, agricultural extension in every word and in every statement. Of course, he is blend of art, culture, music, and humor. He brought everything, today on the during the discussion. And there was one important question with Mr. Sarba Mishra from Orissa. There are several, 3 lakh migrant workers from different parts of the country. See, this is one of the problems faced not only from Orissa, it is faced by every cities and every states in the country. What will happen to these people? So,
I'm not able to hear.
These migrants, I think we should, make use of for transforming agriculture into agribusiness. Today, everybody talks about transforming primary agriculture into secondary agriculture. And Government of India, on the other hand, 1 lakh crore is kept for food processing, primary enterprises in rural areas. Who are going to, run these food processing industries? Whether the same farmer who is expert in producing paddy, whether he can be a small time entrepreneur in the village? No. The person who migrated from city to village, who is a plumber, who is an electrician, who is a AC repairer, who is a security guard, who is exposed to very disciplined life and the knowledge economy in the city, he can, play a very important role in transforming primary agriculture into secondary agriculture. I think this is not a difficult time. This is an opportunity. We should make use of these people in creating the birth of secondary agriculture. With this, I don't want to take more time. We will continue our dialogue. Again, I would like to thank Dr. J. Raghavendra Rao for a very nice presentation, and all the national facilitators and all my colleagues who participated, gave your valuable time here, and especially my IT team who worked day and night to see that every day 2 webinars take place, enough publicity is given, maximum number of people participate in that. Immediately it goes to the YouTube channel and the knowledge dissemination takes place. It's a wonderful time. Even during this lockdown period, we showed that self-reliant India is born in this difficult time. This webinar itself is an example. It is a wonderful time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. Okay, then we can winding up the session. I, Mayur Verma, on the behalf of CCS NIAM Jaipur, want to thank all participants, all eminent speakers, all our national facilitators, and the organizing team for the smooth conduction of all webinars. Thank you all and have a good day.